Well, there goes our chance at Europa. Frustrating. Absolutely frustrating. The week that we get a new manager signed, and you cannot somehow motivate the players to go out and play harder, that is why Hiddink is done at this club. That is why we do not need him anymore, because for some reason today he could not get them motivated to go do it. I don't get it. And the thing is, he's still making stupid decisions. I thought to myself, there's no way he can make a stupid decision today, because all the stupid decisions are forced upon him by injury. You have to play Mikel because Matic is hurt. Or, well, some stupid decisions aren't available. Remy's not available, so you can't play him over Pato and Traore. I'm just like, there's no way you can make a stupid decision on purpose today. And then second half rolls around and pulls off Miazga. I'm just like, okay, you did it, Hiddink. You made literally the dumbest decision, because now you're trusting Mikel in the back. And let me tell you, I'm shocked we did not get scored on in the second half. The only reason we didn't is because Gomes did not turn up today. He was just, I don't know what was going on with him, but if he was in the mood that he normally is in to go score goals, it would have been 3-0. Because Mikel is just the worst player we have. And you put him in the back with Ivanovic, who's having an awful game. And you take out the one defender who's actually doing a pretty decent job. What? I'm reading an article on Facebook. I'm like scrolling through, seeing all these, some of the rumors, and there's one article that says Miazga having a shaky start at Chelsea. I'm like, really? He is? Because last game did fine, against an Aston Villa line that doesn't really bring a whole lot, but today against Swansea, thought he did okay. He didn't do anything spectacular defensively, but I thought he did okay. The goal, he did what he was supposed to. He got up and headed it, and then Mikel did what he always does instead of doing what he's supposed to, which is pretty much any time the ball drops to the top of the box and Mikel is playing, it's going to be a goal. Because that's supposed to be Mikel. Or Matic, whoever. If it's Matic, a block is coming. If it's Mikel, he's going to stand back and don't hit me. And it gets megged, and it's a goal. Because he's an awful player. And so to pull Miazga off, who's doing a decent job, and then putting Mikel back there is pretty much just begging them to score goals on you. And like I said, if Gomes was in the mood today, like he normally is, this could have been so much worse. I'm shocked it was only 1-0, to be honest. And the sad part is, going into this game, I wasn't expecting us to crush them. Hearing that Matic is hurt, hearing that Terry is still injured, knowing that Cahill won't be available, well, that wouldn't do a whole lot for us. But hearing all of this stuff, I'm just like, I'm not expecting a good game today. We may be able to eke out a result, but he can't even get them motivated enough to play. The entire first half was just Swansea, 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 and that was it. Because so many players are standing around, they're not trying, they're not putting in effort. How, as a coach, can you not get them motivated to go play? Explain that to me. Because I'm able to do it in a high school where none of it really matters. I'm able to do it for the junior varsity team, which doesn't even matter. This is junior varsity. You come here to play. You come here to play around, and somehow I'm able to get those kids motivated enough to go out and try hard. To at least try. And somehow you can't get professionals who are paid to do this, who are supposed to love their job. You can't get them to go out there and play their hardest. You can't get them to go out there and try. Because second half, nothing. No change. The only change was near the very end. There was a bit of desperation in it. Oh no, we might actually lose this game. Pretty much what happened against, I think it was Everton. Last minute of the game, they were just throwing everything forward, trying to score a goal because they didn't want to lose. And that's the only way they got the tying goal. Today they tried it, but today you don't have Terry, you don't have Costa, you don't have Willian or Hazard. So chances are you're not going to score a goal, even if you're throwing everything forward. But the least you could have done is try for most of the game. Made it to where at the very end Swansea's dead because they had to defend so much. But no. At the end of the game, we're dead because we had to defend so much. That's embarrassing. Especially because of how poor Swansea's been recently. Their form has been awful. and we can't even get the job done. We can't even tie Swansea. That's embarrassing. And I hope this is kind of a wake-up call for all the people who are like, oh, why aren't we keeping Hiddink? He's such a great manager. He's not a great manager. Any good to average manager could come in and do what he's done. Because Mourinho, he really messed it up. Okay, he really, really messed it up this year. He got into the players' heads. They lost confidence in him and in themselves. So all he had to come in and do was just instill a bit of confidence in them and get them playing back to how they usually are. And that's what he did. And that's all he's done. He's not taken it any farther. That's about it. We hear all of these things coming in. He's like, oh, I'm going to play these youngsters. I got a plan for them. They've only gotten to play because of injury. Like, if it were not for the fact that Terry was injured, I'm fairly certain that Miazga would never have seen the light of day. If it weren't for the fact that Costa got suspended and Remy got injured, Traore and Pato would never have ever played. If it weren't for the fact that Hazard and Willian are both injured today, Kennedy probably would have never gotten to play. That's just the truth. Because he doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know how to really win games. He knows how to eke out results. And you want proof? Just look at our past, however... I'm going to go look it up really fast. Because, the truth is, the past, I think, 4 or 5 results have been about the same. So, lost today, last week, win against Villa. Everybody's winning against Villa. Who beat Villa today? Bournemouth. Okay. That kind of proves beating Villa is not that 2-2 at home against West Ham. We've got 1-1 at home against Stoke. We've got 2-1 away at Norwich, so eke that one out. 2-1 away at Southampton, eke that one out. And then 5-1 at Newcastle. And you know what he did against Newcastle? He didn't play Mikel. Literally one of 3 games that Mikel has not been in, and we crushed Newcastle. The only game where we've actually won comfortably with Mikel in, okay, it was 2 games. One was the second game that Hiddink was in charge against Crystal Palace, and I said, hey, Mikel played well today. But that was it. After that, he started dropping off. The other comfortable win was against Aston Villa, and like I said, it's Villa. So it's just frustrating to me that everybody's just talking about, oh, how great Hiddink is, and oh, he's really stepped some players up, and oh, Mikel's really shown under. What have we done? Yeah, we're 10th place, but so? We could be in the top 4 right now if we hadn't tied so many times. I'm looking at the results. We've only won 1 game at home. The rest have been ties. We've won, I think, 6 or 7 games. Most of them have been on the road. That's embarrassing. Our home field should be where that's it. No points are dropped here. We win here. If we win away, that's great, but we win here. It's not happening. It's frustrating to watch. It is frustrating to watch them play. And today was no different. So that's my rant. I'm done ranting. I'm sick of Hiddink. I'm ready to see him go. I'm going to talk about the team now because ultimately, yes, Hiddink is the one that gets them motivated, but let's look at the players. One, we've got Begovic in. Okay. If people wanted rumors that Courtois was leaving fueled, there you go. Thought he played awful today. Nothing about what he did today said, yeah, I want him in over Courtois. So many mistakes. It nearly cost us 3 goals at one point. Only made 1 really good save. The rest were just kind of average saves. It was frustrating. I'm like, why isn't Courtois in? Why Begovic? And I read some comments saying that Begovic is professional, he's worked hard. So, you put in your better keeper. If you want to play Begovic, play him against Aston Villa, where they're not going to get a lot of shots on. Don't play him against Swansea, who is at Swansea, and they're trying to like fight for their lives. You don't put him in against Swansea. So that was frustrating. The back line, Dave had a very poor game, which is saying something for him because he doesn't have a lot of those. Miazga, I thought, played okay. Didn't really have, didn't really make a whole lot of mistakes, but also didn't do anything to make me go, oh yeah, he's going to be a great defender one day. He's going to be an average defender, I think. One kind of like Cahill, just somebody you can put in there, expect him to do the job fairly effectively, but also have a few moments where it's kind of scary. Ivanovic had another poor game, just can't handle the speed, can't handle the strength, and then his passes. Yeah, I don't know if he completed one pass today. It was awful. Baba was just there. He was just a player on the field, just kind of ran around, made a couple crosses that were poor. Other than that, just was there. I want to talk about Mikel. Fabregas, thought I had a poor game, poor passing. Defensively, had moments, but overall, poor. Pedro didn't even know he was on the field for half of the game. Loftus-Cheek had 3 moments throughout the entire game where I was like, ooh, yeah, that's good, and then does nothing with it. Oscar, I don't know why Hiddink keeps playing him on wing. That's not his position. He's a center mid. When he put him in center mid in the second half, he was effective. He actually started doing stuff. Defensively he's very good, but he doesn't work back defensively when he's on the wing. And yet Hiddink keeps putting him out there. I'm like, you're an idiot. You don't know what you're doing. Pato, completely useless in the first half. Honestly, I thought for a second that Remy hadn't actually gotten hurt, that he had just put on a Pato suit and went out there to play, because it's pretty much what I've been seeing from Remy recently. Lack of movement. Second half put himself in a couple good positions, but then Traore came on. And honestly, I thought Traore looked really good, and then Hiddink stopped playing him, and now that he's coming in and off the bench, he's not as effective. He's effective at the beginning of the game, in the quickness of it. Once again, this is not the first time that he's done this. He brings Traore on whenever the other team's up a goal and is sitting back a lot. That's not how Traore plays. That is not his game. He did this before to, I think it was either against Everton. I think it was against Everton. They went up a goal, and then he brought on Traore for Remy or something like that later. And it's kind of like, really, you're going to bring him on after we've already gone a goal down? Really? Like, that doesn't make any sense. He's not a player that you're going to, okay, the defense has packed it in, we need to bring Traore on. Sorry, that was loud. He's not that type of player. He's a player that has a lot of speed and quickness. So you send the ball over top, he's going to get onto it, he's going to, take a touch, beat a guy, and then maybe find a cross. But to bring him on whenever we're a goal down, and he's not going to do anything. He's not going to be effective. Kennedy came on. I thought he changed most of the second half, to be honest. Where the first half was mainly Chelsea not trying, so Swansea had a lot of possession. Second half was majority of the team not trying, and then Kennedy creating some chances, putting some of the Swansea defenders, putting them out on edge because he was really flying at them. He was challenging well. I don't know why he didn't start the game. He looked good when he came on. I'm just like, where was that first half? And then Falcao came on. Did a few things here and there, found a couple good passes, but overall just not effective. So I don't know. There's nothing really I can say about it other than what I've already said, that as a manager, how are you not able to motivate them? As a player, how are you not able to go out there and be motivated to go win? Like, how is that not your first instinct? I want to go win this game. I'm a very competitive person. So even if I'm playing just some game that doesn't even matter, even if it's a game that we're just playing for fun, I don't care. I'm I'm gonna go play. I'm gonna go play hard because I don't like losing. I don't like people beating me. I don't like people scoring on me. I don't like it. How can you like that feel? How can you be okay with that feeling? How can you not get scored on and be like, you know what, we need to step it up now because this isn't good enough. So overall, it's disappointing because honestly, going into this weekend, hearing about Conte getting the new manager job, hearing that all of this is kind of getting set up finally, it's kind of like, okay, so let's get into Europa. He's going to come in. We're going to do some good stuff in Europa, possibly win the Europa League. He's going to bring in some good players because they're going to want to play because we'll be in Europe, even if it's not Champions League. Okay, I'm excited. Let's get. Then we lose today, and it's like, nope, we're not getting in Europe. We're going to be one of the top teams in England, but we're not going to be in Europe because players don't want to play. And it's funny because the two or three players that have been accused of not caring and not wanting it, Hazard, Costa, Matic, Courtois, none of them were on the field today, and none of the team was trying. I'm just like, that's interesting. People need to rethink themselves. So anyway, I'm frustrated, but it's been the story of the season so far. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. What do you think we need to do to change it? Obviously, probably not going to happen, but just give me ideas anyway. Leave a like and subscribe for more Chelsea games. Don't know why you would, but I'll see you at the next game. Peace out.